Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, and for today I will discuss with you guys about the new Omni unit that is available here in our global server, which is Zekt. I'm not really sure if he's a dog or a wolf. Oh, never mind, it's a wolf since the name is Howling Wolf Zekt. And for this video I will talk about what he does, his builds, and also what I think about this unit. So okay, let's begin. Well, actually, I wanted to add one more thing. I want to talk about the design here. I'm not actually a fan of animal or dragon units on games, but I gotta say this one looks really cool since it's a white wolf with a blue color-ish thing there and a lot of ornaments. And somehow the design here really works, and I kinda like it just for this one only. But for things like Magnasorda and the rest, I really don't like it. So this is the first animal unit that I kind of like for this global server. So first of all, his normal hits. His normal hits is at 8 hits with 6 BC per drop, which means it will produce 48 BC per normal attack. So this one is actually really good. And now his leader skill. So overall, his leader skill, I think it's really good, since the first part here is that he will boost 40% to all parameters, and this one is upgradable through enhancement later, and this one is really good. Second part here is that he will boost your BB gauge for each damage taken, and the boost here is at 4 to 7 BC per hit, and this is going to be really useful. So if you don't have fellas, you can actually use this guy if you need this kind of leader skill. And the second part here to add to the first effect is that you can restore your HP from the damage you take. The chance here is at 25%, and it will heal 25% of the damage you take. This one is actually really good, especially for trials and for really hard quests, which I will mention later on. And the last part here is that he will also have a passive effect of 15% damage reduction from light and dark elements. So as far as I can see here, this guy will be especially good for Karna Masta. So if you guys have not cleared that Karna Masta quest, the one that you will need to clear to get the Arc Evolution material, this leader skill is one of the best you can get to clear that extremely hard quest. And now let's move along to his extra skill. Okay, so far from what I see here, the extra skill is not really that amazing. It will only boost the attack relative to remaining HP, and at full HP you will have 80% attack. Well, it will add your damage, but I kinda like something else better for this, but it's still a good one. And also a probable HP recovery when attacked. So this one is also the same chance as his leader skill at 25%, and it will heal 25% of the damage you take. So this guy alone, he will have a 50% chance on getting that 25% damage back. But I'm not really sure if that's how it really works, since I think it will be a individual proc, so 25 and 25. It's not gonna be 50%. So the extra skill here is actually pretty good. More damage and more survivability. Next one to discuss is Brave Burst. Alright, so it's an AoE with a really low count of attack, but it does not really matter since it will boost your BB gauge as well at 8 BC fill. And it will also boost your max HP by 10%, which is really not that high, but this one can be upgraded later on. And the next part, the last part here, is really interesting, since it will also reduce damage taken from fire, water, earth, and thunder element for 1 turn. The only sad thing here is that it's only a 1 turn 10% damage reduction, but it will still be useful for a lot of things. So BB here, I kinda like it. However, I kind of wish the attack amount is a bit more higher than this, probably about 15, 16. But overall, it's still a good one. And the BC cost is not that high, so it's pretty manageable. Okay, now let's take a look at his Super Brave first. So, okay, it's also an AoE with a 17 hit combo, not bad. Damage relative to remaining HP, so his BB modifier is going to be variable. So at least it will do a 200% BB attack. At full HP, this guy will do 870% BB attack mods. And that is really high. So this guy will have a lot of damage. This guy will also boost your critical hit rate and critical hit damage. Pretty good, pretty good. The critical hit rate boost is at 60%. The critical hit damage boost is at 50%. It's pretty standard. I normally don't like critical things since it will not bring anything good, especially for trials. The later on version ones, trials, Grand Gaia Chronicles, and a lot of new contents does not allow you to do those critical hits, especially on raids. Raids, you do not want to bring any criticals unless it's those crappy ones. But for the RC6 ones or the RC5 ones, especially if you're farming, critical hits are not good. But for early contents, and if you need to just base roll on everything, on each one of them, critical hits are really good. It will help you complete everything in one turn. And especially this will be really good for Frontier Hunter and Frontier Gate. And the next one is, I think this one is one of the most important buffs that he brings on himself. So he will reduce light and dark element damage for 2 turns here on his SBB. So the BB will have the fire, water, earth, thunder, and from his SBB he will have that dark and light damage reduction. This one will last for 2 turns, and the damage reduction is at 10%, the same as his BB. So if you alternate between his BB and SBB, you will have all 6 elements damage reduction, and this will really help, especially for Karnamasta again. So BB, SBB, I think they are all really good. However, the bad side here is only his low amount of hits. Now let's take a look at his UBB. Okay, not bad, not bad. So 25 hits combo AoE, and it will also boost your max HP by 35%. That is huge. So the same amount as Kulyu. Enormously boosts critical hit rate and critical hit damage. The critical hit damage is at 300 and the critical hit rate is at 60. So pretty standard, but it's kinda okay. And I think the most unique thing about this guy here is the last part here. So 50% elemental damage reduction for 3 turns. It's really good. It kinda works like Alanon, I think. And I'm not really sure yet how this works. I think it will work like Alanon's UBB. I gotta test this out later on, but I think this one will be really good. Okay, so far I kinda like this guy. He's really good. Now let's take a look at his enhancements. Okay, so far it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty good, I think. So this guy will have a 50% max HP boost if you take the whole 3 thing here. And he will also have an elemental damage resistance. So this guy, even if you bring him to a dark element thing, he will still be really tough and does not take any extra damage. The next part here is that the end of turn will be activated at start of the turn. This could be useful, especially for imp farming, and so it will have a lot of uses as well, but it's not really important for now. You can also enhances his 40% boost to all parameters on his leader skill to 50%. This one is really good, especially if you plan on using this guy as lead. So it will help a lot. So 50% boost to everything is really good. You can also boost the max HP boost from his BB to 15% total, and that is really nice for a BB. However, it will cost you 30 SP, and that is pretty much high. The last one here is it will cost you 50 SP, and it's really high, and I don't really think this one is really wise to take, since you will have the same buff here on a lot of other units, except if you don't have those units. So if you need the critical spark buff, you can take this one from this guy. So the proc rate here is the same as every other unit in the game for this kind of buff. So it's 20% chance to deal 50% more spark damage. But I believe you guys have a lot of the same unit. I mean, the units that have the same buff like this. So I really suggest you guys don't take this. And if you guys ask me how to build this guy, I think this guy is built pretty straightforward, and I can only see one or two builds for him. And actually, the number 2 here is going to be a variant of the second build. So here's the first build. So this one is the general build, and I think I will take this one for this guy. So how I will build this guy on build number 1 is I will take the whole thing. So he will have a 50% boost on his HP, and I will also take the elemental damage negation thing, so he can be really tough. And I will enhance his leader skill as well, and I will boost the max HP effect on his BB, and I will only have 10 SP left, and I don't have any other choice than to take the turn end to turn start effect thing. And this one I think will be the general build for this guy. And the second build here is actually pretty simple. So if you guys don't have the spark crit buffer in your unit, you can take this one as a substitute. So of course you will take the spark crit buff thing for 50 SP, and the last 50 SP that you have left, you can either take the 50% HP boost and elemental damage negation, or you can go this route. So enhance the BB max HP effect, that will cost you 30 SP, and the last 20 you can either take the max HP thing up to the 30% one, and the other one, if you don't really need that, you can take the enhanced leader skill thing, and the last 10 skill points you can take the 20% boost to his HP, and I think that will make him pretty tougher, and the leader skill thing will still cover up the loss on HP, so you will only lost like 10 to 20 HP by taking this route. But I really think that the build number 2 here is not really a good build for him, so I really suggest you guys taking the first build here for him, unless you really need that spark crit buff. So yeah, that's everything about him. What I think about this guy. This guy is really good. I kind of like him, but I don't really think you need this guy for yourself. While it's always better if you have the unit for yourself, since it will add more variety on your squad building thing, and especially if you are a collector. This guy is good, but if you don't have this guy, you can still use him as friend. But from all the buffs that he bring on his skill sets, this guy is really good, and he will help you guys with a lot of things. I believe that. Especially on his damage reduction on his leader skill, BB and SBB. That will help you guys through a lot of contents, especially the ones that are recently here, the Karna Masta. You will need this guy if you have not completed it yet. If you don't have Alanon or Lilith or some other variants, and this guy is an Omni unit, and he will be really helpful on that one, and also on Graten's trial or Lilith's trial. If you guys have him on your recent summons, congratulations. And if you really need this guy and you don't have the gems to summon, you can still use this guy as friend to help you complete those things you have not completed. So yeah, I guess that's all for this Zekt thing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it if you do. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, and you can also share this with your friends or anyone you want to see. And if you're new to my channel, this is a really good time to subscribe. Just press that fun button over there and join the fun train. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Sure.